The writing process, Developmental Writing 0091. After viewing this PowerPoint, you should read chapters 1, 2, and 3 in your ThinkWrite textbook. These chapters will cover the topics in this PowerPoint in depth. This slide shows the 4 steps of the writing process: pre-writing, drafting, revising, and editing. Anytime you write a paper, whether it's for this class or another, you will follow this process to get your writing done. This PowerPoint will give you a brief overview of each step. Then you'll want to complete your reading that corresponds with the show. The first step of the writing process is pre-writing. This step actually happens before you write. It's where you connect with yourself and think about your own thinking, which is called metacognition and is covered more in your textbook. You also generate ideas during this step and get them on paper, eventually organizing them as you prepare to write. Your book covers several strategies you can use to get ideas down on paper, such as free writing, listing/brainstorming, clustering, and asking questions. You can use any of these to develop ideas. I prefer listing, but whatever works best for you is the one you should use. You can also mix it up and try different strategies for different writing assignments. Once you've developed some ideas, the book also explains 2 ways to organize your ideas: outlining and building a pyramid. If you're more of a verbal audio learner like I am, you might like outlining. If you're a visual learner, you might like the pyramid because it's a graphic organizer. Whichever works best for you is fine. However, when you get to English 1301, it's likely your instructors will want to see outlines from you, so you might want to practice with them at least a few times this semester. Drafting is the second step in the writing process. It's where you actually write the essay for the first time. You of course want to write in essay format, which is covered in more detail in the next PowerPoint. When you do this, you should center your writing around a main idea, which we'll call a thesis statement. After you've finished drafting, it's time to revise. Revising is rewriting. During this step of the writing process, you'll look at your content and structure and make any necessary changes. And trust me, there'll be changes. No one writes perfectly the first time. You can think about it this way: there's no such thing as good writing. There's only good rewriting. During revising, you'll add ideas if you need more support, you'll remove ideas if you've gotten off topic, and you'll move ideas around to help create coherence, which allows your writing to flow smoothly from one idea to another. The last step of the writing process is called editing. Up until this point, you may have been making corrections here and there, and that's fine, but now it's time to really polish those sentences and make them shine. Editing is important because it enhances your credibility as a writer. The cleaner your sentences are, the more effectively you communicate, and the more likely your audience is to trust what you say. Thus, you never want to skip this step. Check for spelling, punctuation, mechanics, and word choice errors. Really clean it up and make those sentences sparkle.